Alright guys, welcome to today's video. It has been a while since we've been cruising the Skyline. Darren from Titan, who tuned the Chaser, is going to do me a solid. And if you guys remember, once we pulled the engine, did a little refresh on this, just like some gaskets and stuff, we accidentally fixed some boost leaks we didn't know existed. So the tune has been off so much so that it wasn't really drivable. So he's going to dial in a little bit of the fueling for me. Originally Jamie was going to come down and do it, but we've just both been really busy and our schedules keep conflicting. So we're going to get this car sorted. Hopefully get the Chaser turned up, and I'm curious to kind of see an overlay of how the RB performs compared to the JZ in terms of torque, spool, and holding power up top. I know the RB heads and JZ heads have quite a bit of a difference, and it'll be interesting to see kind of how that presents itself on a dyno curve. So we are having some issues, but for the sake of comparison, Darren is going to do a pull out to redline so we can overlay the graph with the Skyline. I'll explain what's going on in a second, but for now, enjoy the sounds of the JZ. I'll have to show you guys the dyno graph in a minute. The most the car has ended up making this morning is about 520. We are indeed running at a pump, even with extra voltage. I think we're just at the peak of what the DW400 can do. 520 on the 85 is still really good for one in-tank pump. I probably should have done the brushless pump like I originally intended in this car. Why I didn't do it, I don't know. I'll probably have to do that and come back just to get it a little bit safer. But we are making quite a bit more torque and quite a bit more power than before. The last pull was in 4th gear just to see what it did towards redline. We're actually going to drop it down a little bit just to keep it safe because the turbo's just falling off quite a bit up there, and just keep it happy. So this is a comparison of last time versus now with extra 2 volts since we were running at a pump. You can see it looks like the turbo's still falling off to around 500 at redline. It's a little bit less than I thought we'd end up with. We might try to come back with a brushless pump, maybe play a little bit more with it. You said 34 around here and then falls off to 28? Yeah. That's about what the Skyline does. Yeah. It's interesting. Boy, did I miss this car. I get so nervous with this car on the dyno because the RB compared to the JG, it just sounds like it's braking every single pull. It makes all these wild noises. Darren's not super familiar with the ECU Master software, so he's slowly learning it. But the good news is, it is kind of exciting to know that this thing's making almost 600 foot-pounds of torque, when in the past it's only made like 560. So that is a sign that with that boost leak fix, this thing is making a lot more boost and actually feeding it to the engine rather than it just dissipating. Always so close to that 600 number. Unfortunately, because of pump limitation, we weren't able to get the exact overlay that I wanted, Chaser versus Skyline. However, if we look at the curves for both, it's incredible how similar the engine characteristics are in the beginning. So obviously on the Chaser, it kind of tapers off a little bit sooner because we're limited and we're not able to run as much boost. But they follow almost the exact same curve. And if we were able to turn the boost up, there's a good chance it would continue following. I do think though the 3071 will make a little bit more power than the G25. It's a little bit bigger frame, but still, I mean, I'm very impressed with this car making 598 and 585 torque, and that's still with the boost ramping up. We could throw all the boost at it, and it would probably make over 600 foot-pounds of torque. That is a sick RB. I literally wasn't even filming. We were all done tuning, and I was talking about how the car never breaks 600 wheel, and it's always so close. And Darren was just like, oh, I can make a break 600 wheel real quick. And look what he did! The Skyline just made 610 wheel while heat soaked. limiter's aggressive. Dude,
That scared the shit out of me.
heart attack. Same, dude.
Oh my God.
That thing is loud from behind.
It's really loud.
Yeah, usually I like it quiet from behind, but that's loud. Wow. All right, so Darren wanted me to go do some logs. We're gonna go to Publix, see how this thing rips. I'm excited. You haven't felt the power of the Chaser, bro.
I'm not.
It's good.
Yeah?
It kind of like makes me not hate my Skyline, but with how much money and time we've spent on the Skyline, this thing just feels like how I wish my Skyline did.
Yeah, like a stock engine with a turbo and cams.
But it's super, super, super responsive. Revs like better than the ITB car.
Which is crazy.
My ankle gets sore from just hitting it so often because it sounds so good.
Flipping it.
Almost an extra 100 foot-pounds of torque from last time I drove it, so.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah. Should probably spin the wheels now. It sounds so cool.
Yeah, it sounds so good.
The response is wild.
It's instant.
This is a great daily.
It's the response is so instant, it makes it not feel fast, if that makes sense.
What's wild about it, the transient throttle response when you're in boost is kind of like my SR car, but feels NA. So if I'm like around like 5 grand, like let's say I'm in drift off throttle, there's no spool up.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Just can't get over how good it sounds.
It sounds phenomenal. The no blow off valve light.
Yeah, yeah. That's the way to be.
The only thing that's a slight bummer, like if I had to be disappointed about anything, it's just the fact because the turbo's so small, we can't take advantage of the fact that I can rev out to 8 grand. So like, we have the rev limiter set at 75, and really like, if I was trying to be as fast as I could, we'd have the limiter set at like 7.
Oh, right.
Because it falls off so hard.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's easy enough with the setup if I want to just pop a bigger turbo on it.
Yeah.
I really just wanted to like collect data for a drift car and to know like how this setup would be.
Yeah.
That drive shaft vibration. I'll pump on this car.
Yeah. It is like the perfect daily.
I want to make it more ignorant. It's like the response is too good. Like I almost want a little more lag.
Yeah, yeah.
It also like doesn't feel that crazy fast either because we have our triple eights in the back and it like hooks really well.
True. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. If I had my little like stance boy tires on it, it'd be like bap, 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 bap. See if we can sound better than this hybrid over the
That sounded so cool.
Yeah. I had to make the limiter a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah.
It was a little bit too weak. I didn't know when I was hitting limiter.
Yeah, hard limiters are definitely cool.
Like that's sick. There's a million things going on in this video, but one exciting thing, as you can see, the Chaser has made it back from California, and I was never able to properly document loading it up, but I was able to, through my friend Chris Shaler, ship the car full of all the stuff, which normally transport companies don't let you do. And I want to show you how much stuff I fit in this Chaser because it is absolutely mind-boggling. So I'm going to do a quick time lapse while me and Shulman unload it, and you're going to understand why the Chaser is so great. So the beauty of the Chaser, Alberto, all of this stuff was in the car.
No.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think we need a new sticker for your car.
Look at that.
I'm gonna put a U-Haul sticker on your car.
It's literally, it's more stuff than, I bet there was more stuff in this than there was in your truck. In the back of your pickup truck.
Honestly, yeah. This is like a ballot I bring to every event. That's kind of insane.
That's ridiculous.
No, I bring 6 to 8 wheels and my car and tools.
So there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wheels in the car, plus this 150-pound box with turbos and axles, plus bags of tools and helmets and all this spare stuff in here. Now the only thing though, the one casualty of the car, I saved money on not having to ship all this stuff separately, but I lost a Recaro. One of the box that was on the seat kind of like tore it up a little bit, so that was stupid on my part. But this stuff will tuck back in, but that's kind of damaged. Sad.
Time to clean.
Yep.
Outside's already clean, but inside needs a showmation. You know.
Roberto, what do you think about my window? Not bad, right?
You have one thing that you need to match it to the other side now. Make it lightweight.
No.
Either way, that's really impressive doing the road. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's great.
I have a glass one coming.
Wait,
but...
you cut this like this?
Yes.
That's smooth on the road?
Yeah, I bought a Milwaukee jigsaw, and then I bought some sandpaper and sanded the edge a little bit.
Dude,
it came out nice, right?
it's better than what I would ever done.
Like even look at this edge.
That's insane, dude. That's crazy.
Well, thank you.
Still, like it works with the thing and everything?
Yeah, so when you shut it, you just kind of have to do this. Yeah, it works with the window motor, but when you shut it, here, hold this.
You have to like show it on the knee.
Yeah, or
Wow.
and it tucks in. Doesn't even really make noise. It's a little bit off right now. It needs to be moved.
If you tinted it,
forward.
you're gonna know.
Yeah, it worked.
The only thing is the scratches, right?
Yeah. So they make a special like version that's more scratch resistant. This is just all that they had at Home Depot. Now, unfortunately, like I said, because of fueling limitations, which I later learned probably isn't the pump, because that pump should flow way more than 520 wheel, I wasn't able to get the exact overlay to have the battle of the JZ versus RB that I wanted. I will say though, spool up was very similar for both being a 2.5, both having similar compression. I think the JZ is actually a bit lower than the RB since I'm a half point up in that, and both having variable timing. It was very interesting to see how similar they were. But the real test is, I want to hear which one you guys think sounds better. They have very unique sounds. They both sound really good. Skyline exhaust could be dialed in a little bit better in my opinion, but I'm going to give them a couple revs and see what you guys think, and let me know in the comments which one you like more.
Dude,
It's good.
it's a JZ. It always sounds good. Come
But
on.
like, you can have a bad sounding JZ.
You can. You're not wrong.
This one sounds great.
Yeah, it's perfect.
I'm gonna put the Pretty Boy wheels back on it. I decided I'm gonna try to stretch some like sticky tires on those other ones, and like maybe it'll hook decent, but like also spin enough to feel fast again. I don't know. We'll see. Now there's this thing, which doesn't really rev the best right now, because like I said, I don't know if I said this in the video, but we still got to do some like dialing in of the actual like fuel trims. The V table is good now, so it's good at wide open throttle, but sometimes the revving and like partial throttle stuff's a little off, so it needs a little bit more work. Rough spots.
Yeah.
Where, like she starts to pin a little bit.
A little bit.
But this thing sounds bad too. The high pitch.
It is a really high pitch. It sounds pretty tight.
I want to hear what you guys think though. Make sure you comment below. I think we're actually gonna do the same exhaust setup to this car as we have on this car. So Vibrant 3-inch, or is it 3-inch or 3.5? I believe it's 3, but maybe 3.5. I think it's 3. Vibrant 3-inch all the way to one of their titanium mufflers. Sounds great on this car. It kind of like gets rid of some of the weird frequencies, but the titanium gives it this cool pitch and it sounds really loud. But anyway, this car, I'm not in a super rush to get the fuel system done because we're gonna jump and focus on the E36. I wanna get this car a little bit dialed better with like fitment, put the interior back together, start driving it more before I start going crazy chasing another 50 wheel. And then this thing just needs a little bit more dialing in on the tune. We got 2 white 4-doors ready to party. So this one is a little bit shorter video, but I will say over the past couple days we've been stacking a bunch of clips of the E36, and the first video will be the next video working on that thing, and there's a lot going on with it, and it's gonna be a really fun project. Hope you guys like this video. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button, and I will see you soon.